Hey everybody, Steven with Oily Monkey here. Basically what I have for you today is they have a starting system that's sold on eBay. It's for gas-powered RC cars, and it basically uses a motor, a little gearbox, and it turns this piece here, like that, and that connects to this rod, right? So that goes like that, and then this rod end here inserts into this piece, like so. Right? And that turns that gear, which attaches to this engine. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to tear apart this piece because I inserted the battery and went to push the button and it worked the first time. Then I went to push it again and it did not work. And that was actually after charging the battery completely. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, but we're going to go ahead and remove this engine. We're going to put this thing on there, and then we're going to go ahead and dive into that and see what, electronically speaking, what's going on in there, because I don't think there's a whole lot to it. It's probably just a motor with a resistor across the motor connected to the battery. So we'll see what we get into when we get there. First things first, we're going to go and remove the engine. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the muffler. I have a nice long screwdriver here to reach this one bolt for the muffler. And I, for some reason, do not have the same type of bolt for the muffler, so I'm having to use two different screwdrivers here to remove the muffler. It is what it is, unfortunately. So, all right. Now with that removed, we can push it out of the way. All right. And then we want to get to the engine. So I'm going to flip this over. I have 4 of these screws here and 4. So let's flip it back over. Our engine should be free. But we got to remember that one of our controls, the throttle control, is still connected to the engine. So, okay. Here we go. Got the engine apart. So we're going to take these 4 screws off here. I'm going to go ahead and set the car off to the side. And the thing is, I don't think this is going to line up. So I don't know how well this is going to work. Let's see. So far that fits nothing. Well, I guess what we'll do is dive into this piece and see what we've got. Oh, when you guys do this, make sure that you get all the screws. Otherwise, it won't come apart. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, would you look at that? All right, so what do we have here? We have a wire that has come off of its position. So this has been unsoldered. Oh, and I got to tell you, whoever did this did a very poor soldering job. It's not even, I mean, it doesn't even show signs of being attached here. I was able to actually solder right here, and it actually goes onto the switch, not onto this piece. So I was wrong about that, and I had to think about that a little bit. Obviously, that makes sense. You have to complete the circuit for the motor to go. So, so I've set it in there how I think it's going to go, and so I'm going to go ahead and try to refit the cover. And yeah, I have one screw in there. So the battery slips in like this, and then the plug goes down and connects onto here. Oh, got to get the plug in again. Okay. And so charging this thing, I'm sure, is just a blast, if you can imagine. So that flips over like that. And let's test it one more time. All right. So glad we could fix that. Unfortunately, I don't have any vehicles that I can test this thing on. What I do have is an engine that I have the ability to test this on. So I just want to show you kind of the operation. So first off, we're going to take this, we're going to put it in here. Okay, that spins like that. This attaches to the end of the engine, and I was only able to get 2 screws in there, so this is a very dumbed down demo. And this inserts into here, if you don't put the nut in right, it's never going to work. So unless this thing is turning the wrong direction. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Remove all of these screws. And what would really be nice is if I had a plate, a conversion plate, but I don't have one of those. So let's see if this thing functions as advertised. Okay. One other note: if you don't put a nut in there to turn everything, it's never going to turn. So that's another thing that's you got to watch. Let's see. Okay. So one more time, just as a test run, and I got to make sure that I keep my fingers out of the way. All right, so this goes in here. Oop, I can already smell the motor. All right, well, somewhat of a successful test. We at least got this thing working again. Soldered it back up, so that's good. This piece, if it were to fit the engine, I think this would actually work pretty well. Now, that being said, there are products out there that have a combination. It's both a starter and a glow starter at the same time. So it has a little wire that goes into the top to go on the glow starter, and then you basically push a button on the starter. It glows at the same time that it's trying to start, and you've got a singular system that you're dealing with. That to me is the way to go. This was $35. Well, it was doing its job. Now I don't know. Oh, there we go. So for some reason, it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I don't know. Interesting product, I gotta say. So yeah, until next time, that's all I got for you. Thank you.